What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023, and we're talking MLB player props over on Prize Picks. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We're going to kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's picks, and then we're jumping right into the board. I got 3 plays, technically 4 plays to share with you today. I'll tell you why I like them. So if you like the way that sounds, stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, and click that notification icon. Get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from yesterday. All right, it was kind of a weird day yesterday. We had some nice calls. I thought we got some good props on the board, and it didn't work out. We went 2-1 yesterday. We had Urias not playing yesterday's game. He got scratched, so it's going to happen a lot. You're going to see props on the board earlier in the day, and then lineups change throughout the day, and sometimes players don't get, or players get scratched and they get left off. So that happened to Urias yesterday. Really liked the spot he was in, but we didn't have a choice, after he got scratched. And then we had Jeffrey Springs, man. He had 5 strikeouts at the end of the 3rd inning, gets pulled out because he tore something in his elbow, or I don't know, he strained something, but super unfortunate because it looked like he was going to soar past that prop and just didn't get it done. We needed 2 more strikeouts from him to get the over. But the prop that did work for us twofold was Ryan Mountcastle over total bases, and Ryan Mountcastle came through with a home run. He was our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. So that is now 2 days in a row where we've gone over 4-bagger swagger calls, looking to make it 3 days in a row. Man, I got some plays for you today. So that recaps our day for yesterday. Let's go ahead and transition back to the Prize Picks board, and let's start talking about some props that I like. All right, our first prop of the day is going to be a pitcher strikeout prop that got bumped up 0.5, but I still like it at 5.5. It's Sean Manea over 5.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Detroit Tigers. Let's head on over to props.cash and break this one down. All right, pulling up some numbers for Sean Manea. We can see, man, he's facing a Detroit Lions team that, a Detroit Tigers team that is really bad at left-handed pitching. Listen, I don't want to sell the Lions short. They might be really bad at hitting left-handed pitching too, but today I know for sure that the Tigers are really bad at hitting left-handed pitching, bringing in a 32.7, basically 33% whiff rate versus left-handed pitchers on the season so far. Tale of two stories for Sean Manea. I used that saying in my earlier video. I don't know if it's the correct saying. Jekyll and Hyde, night and day. I'll do it again for Sean Manea. I mean, terrible start versus the White Sox, right? Goes 2 innings, gives up 3 runs, only strikes out 1 batter, bounces back nicely against the Royals, going 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, and only giving up 1 earned run in that game. So you got 2 starts, 2 very different results. Obviously, we're hoping for more of the same that we saw with the Royals today versus the Tigers. Last season, Manea averaged 1 strikeout per inning. So simple math, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. If he goes 6 innings, he should hit this prop. I hope we get some multiple strikeout innings from him. I don't want to sweat this one out. I'd like to see him hit this prop by the end of the 4th inning. And then just scrolling down and looking at some some history versus the Detroit Tigers this season, the 4 pitchers that they face, 4 left-handed pitchers they face, have all gone over their prop. McClanahan, Springs, Valdez, and then Sale, all well over their prop. I mean, Jeffrey Springs, 12 strikeouts. We could have used that yesterday, but they're really struggling against left-handed pitching. Sean Manea coming in today off a really good start versus the Royals. I look for him to continue that. Give me the over 5.5 strikeouts today versus Detroit Tigers. All right, next 2 player props I want to talk about are both going to be from the hitter fantasy score category, and we're going to first talk about Kyle Tucker. Now, you can go 2 different ways with Kyle Tucker, but for me, in this video, I really like the 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Give me the over. Let's head on over to props.cash and talk about it. Pulling up some numbers for Kyle Tucker over on props.cash. We don't have a fantasy score category on props.cash, so let's break this down. Let's piece it together, starting with his hits over the last 3 games, you can see Kyle Tucker has accounted for 5 hits. He's accounted for a total of 8 total bases. In those 3 games, he has 1 home run. In those 3 games, he has 5 RBIs. And in those 3 games, he's only scored 1 run, and that was the home run. He scored himself as a run. Overall, a really productive 3 games that we've seen for Kyle Tucker. Not striking out a whole lot. Not saying he's hitting successfully in every plate appearance. It just means he's not striking out and he's putting the ball in play, which is what we want. Now, the most promising thing about this research is looking at the historical matchup versus Martin Perez. 15 plate appearances, 429 batting average, 571 slug, 4 singles, 2 doubles, and is driven in 3 RBIs. Doesn't have a home run yet. He could have one today. That would get him well over our fantasy score prop of 7.5. Yeah, I just really like what I'm seeing here from Kyle Tucker versus Martin Perez, who he's just had a lot of success against. Go ahead and sign me up. Also, this game is being played in Houston. You know, the ball travels a lot further, a lot better in warm weather. If that roof is open today, we should see some some harder hit balls, even if it's not open. Minute Maid Park is a very, very friendly ballpark for hitters. So again, sign me up. Kyle Tucker, 7.5 fantasy points. And then for our final play of the day, we're going into the San Diego Padres Milwaukee Brewers game, and I want to talk about Juan Soto, 7.5 fantasy score. I like the over on this one, and I like the over on 1 home run for Juan Soto, as he is our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Looking to make it 3 days in a row. Let's head on over to props.cash and talk about it. All right, so let's start off with looking at the hits for Juan Soto. We're gonna go over the last 6 games, and I want to be fair here. Looking at the last 6 games, Juan Soto, we just combined the names. Wodo has gone for 6 hits in those 6 games. He's accounted for 14 total bases in those 6 games. 2 home runs in those 6 games. Man, that is a lot of production. RBIs, 3 RBIs, and he scored 3 runs in those 6 games. Now, all that looks well and good. Now, we find ourselves in another spot where a batter is facing a pitcher who he has positive history with. So, 18 plate appearances versus Lauer. Juan Soto, 385 batting average, 846 slugging percentage, 3 singles, 2 home runs, and 6 RBI. So he is hitting the ball. He's hitting the ball for extra base hits. Obviously, 1 home run today clears the 7.5 fantasy score prop. It also clears our home run call of the day for Juan Soto. If you're interested in what those odds look like for Soto to hit a home run, 475 to go over, minus 900 to go under. These are not the lowest props, lowest numbers on the board. However, when you combine what he's been doing at the plate as of late and his history versus Eric Lauer, I mean, to me, it's just a really, really good matchup for Juan Soto. So go ahead and sign me up for the over on Soto, both fantasy score and home run. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's MLB player prop video. Let's quickly recap the 3 plays that we talked about today. We got Manea going over pitcher strikeouts, Tucker going over hitter fantasy score, and Juan Soto going over both hitter fantasy score and home run. 4-bagger swagger call of the day, looking to make it 3 days in a row. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop me a comment below, letting me know who you have your eyes on the Prizepicks board. Also, let me know what you think about these player props that we talked about in today's video. And as always, thank you all so much for all the continued support, the likes, the subs, the comments, and helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. And until tomorrow's Prizepicks video, best of luck to you all today, tonight, and Chavez is